Joining us now, the chairman of the House Armed Services Subcommittee on Tactical Air and Land Forces and a member of the Intelligence Committee, Republican Congressman Mike Turner of Ohio. Congressman, thanks so much for being with us. We've got a ton to ask you about and a short time to do it. Let me start with the announcement that GM is going to close plants, lay off up to 15,000 people, many of them in your state, including at one plant in Lordstown, Ohio. The president has spoken out, has hit out against GM and saying it's making a big mistake and it better well build another plant in the state of Ohio. What's your reaction?
Well, I think this continues to show the mismanagement at General Motors. They once required, obviously, taxpayer bailout. They certainly should be subject to congressional oversight as to their actions. And we've been very concerned, as we've seen jobs leaving Ohio, of where General Motors is making investment, that they're looking to offshore more in addition jobs, and that certainly impacts our local economy. General Motors was made a great company by people who worked there, including my father for 44 years on the line. And they need to honor those employees, that the investment that obviously the taxpayer has even made to General Motors, and it appears that they're not.
Hey, Senator, you're in the House Intelligence Committee. We're wondering if you or any members of the House Intelligence Committee have received any briefings from Gina Haspel, the DCI, Director of Central Intelligence, about the situation in Riyadh and the Crown Prince.
No, we have not. And I turned to, obviously, Mattis's statement yesterday, which I think is important, where he said the investigation is ongoing. This is not going to be a change in U.S. values, and those who are found to be responsible will be held accountable. I think that Mattis's statements were very strong. They certainly clearly state U.S. policy, and I think that's what Congress is going to be pursuing and looking for.
Congressman, who has briefed the House Intelligence Committee so far on the situation with Saudi Arabia?
Well,
what kind of intelligence have you?
Members themselves have not been briefed directly, although, obviously the chairman has received briefings. We just met yesterday to have a discussion about our continuing demands to receive briefings on this matter. It certainly has been frustrating to get the information that we need, but I do think that the most important aspect of this is that we maintain U.S. values, and Mattis's statement that we are going to hold those accountable, the investigation's ongoing, I think reflects the mood in Congress, and now we have to move forward to make certain that Congress is informed as to how that investigation is proceeding and what information that we have about Saudi Arabia's involvement and this obviously atrocious action.
Sir, that's incredibly disturbing that in your role as providing congressional oversight for your constituents, you are not getting access to requested intelligence briefings. Why is this happening? Why are members of the House Intelligence Committee not being provided with information that they're requesting so that you can do your job?
Well, obviously, I don't know the answer to that, other than the fact that as we meet, we are certainly asserting to the administration our demands for that information. I think that we have seen the Senate get additional information that the House has not received. We don't know what the reason for that is. There's certainly great displeasure on from members of the Intelligence Committee, and that certainly has been made clear both to the CIA and to the administration.
Congressman, there's a new NBC News report this morning that the VA has briefed staff, congressional staffs, that the VA will not be able to fulfill its requirements to the recipients of GI Bill benefits. There were shortfalls in those payments because of a computer glitch. The VA says it cannot go back now and repay the proper amounts because it would mess up future payments or something like that. What can be done about this? Are you aware of the problem, and what do you plan to do?
No, I saw the report on actually your show this morning. So I'm not familiar with it, but I can tell you this. And when Congress authorizes benefits for veterans, it is not a suggestion. And so we're certainly going to be working in oversight to determine what this is. Bookkeeping errors don't result in changing congressional intent, and we're certainly going to work to ensure that veterans receive the benefits that they deserve. I have people in my office that work full-time just to ensure that people receive the benefits that they're entitled to. We're not on a whole-scale basis going to allow the VA to walk away from benefits that veterans are entitled to.
What's the recourse here for people who are losing their homes, men and women who've served the country? How quickly can you get on this?
Well, obviously, the VA committee has already engaged with the Veterans Administration on this issue, and I know that they're going to be proceeding as quickly as possible to get the information to the rest of Congress. In the interim, obviously, our voices, though, in making it clear to the administration and to the VA that this is not going to be tolerated, that people do not receive benefits that they're entitled to, is going to be very important.
Congressman Mike Turner of Ohio, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Susan Page, before we go, the president in about an hour will be wheels up, headed to the G20 summit. What will you be looking at over the next couple of days?
You know, I think he's got two important meetings with President Xi, with Vladimir Putin, and I think we're going to be looking closely at his meeting with Vladimir Putin. What is the tone he takes? How tough does he talk when it comes to the provocative actions with Ukraine, or do we have a repeat of the attitude that we saw in Helsinki?
The president has not shown a willingness to confront Vladimir Putin, especially on those big international stages. We'll see if he does it today. Mike, what will you be looking for from the president?
Well, I'd like to be looking for, from the President, from the Congress of the United States, some way to improve or correct this computer glitch that is preventing veterans from getting what is coming to them.
Amen to that. Mike, Elise, Susan Page, thank you all very much. That does it for us this morning. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.